Ahoy, welcome to a brand new edition of the Ramble on Reactions. Sitting next to me is handsome DNI.
Sitting right over there is clever Eric Muller.
Well, thank you, sir. Now, you recently saw a movie celebrating the Day of the Dead.
Yes.
I was trying to do like a Conan O'Brien hair tousle.
I got it. I actually got it. I was going to say, I've never seen more of a Conan O'Brien movie. Oh, I messed mine up too. Anyway, so yes, Coco. Minor gripe. There is a 25-minute short with the characters from Frozen in front of this movie, and I am salty.
Wait, 25 minutes? That's like the first act of a film.
Yes, that's literally the same thing that came out of Nate's mouth.
Okay, so I'm guessing if we're going to rate the short, you give it an F.
There's not a plot to it. Frozen I saw in theaters, and I was like, it's fine, it's straight up Disney movie. There was some interesting things about Frozen, but the short was just, it should have just aired on the Disney Channel and that been it. I think they were worried about this film, so they stuck this on, hoping people will go see it for the Frozen, stick around for Coco, and they didn't need to.
So go on about Coco.
So Coco is about a boy in a Mexican village who, all he wants to do is play music. However, music has been outlawed from his family because the way his family was set up, his great-great-grandmother, her mom was left by her dad. So the great-great-great-great. I got it. It makes more sense when you see the film because they do say it a lot, but it's essentially his great-grandmother's. It's hard to explain.
Just say a relative,
their relative, the top of their family tree, essentially. They banned music because the great-grandfather
is a dick and left.
Yes, essentially. So that starts the whole plot, and then all the little kid named Miguel wants to do is play music because he finds it like he's just connected. He's connected to the music.
It's fun.
Yeah, and so however, they make shoes. That's their profession, so that's what they trade like throughout their generations. Is like they're all shoemakers.
Okay.
So you get a little bit of plot and you get a little bit of story behind this, and then essentially, the main character Miguel, he gets trapped and he goes to the land of the dead, where in Mexican culture, essentially the one day, I believe it's the day after Halloween, so November 1st. The relatives can come back and spend time with their family, and that's another thing. I learned a lot about Mexican and Latin culture watching this movie.
Were you taking notes? Like, oh, this is good to know.
I'll get to that, but I wasn't taking notes. So they come back and they're allowed to see their relatives, but it's only for one night. Okay. So essentially, he goes over and he gets trapped, and that's about as much as I'll say for the plot as far as anything else. Because I don't want to spoil too much else. But essentially, he has to go around looking for his family in order to get back. He has to look for his relatives.
Okay.
And this film is gorgeous. It is so pretty. There are a couple times I'm watching it, and it's Pixar, even though they were very clearly making an animated CGI. I can't say cartoon. What would you call this?
Animated film?
An animated film. They're making an animated film. There are a couple times I'm watching the fabric on his hoodie, and I'm like, that looked real. They're getting to that point where they can almost recreate anything from scratch. And the visuals when he's in the Land of the Dead are just phenomenal. There is a character that looks like the mythical griffin if you dipped it into the most bright, vibrant colors ever and gave him a dragon's tail and horns. It's the coolest looking character you'll see in a really long time. And I forget the name of it, unfortunately, but it's it's a spirit guide in this world.
Gotcha.
And it's essentially the first shot they're talking about. They did a very tiny little behind the scenes thing right before the movie starts, and it's just three of the higher ups for the movie. They're like, "Thank you for coming to see this." This one shot took, I think they said they had 10 layers overlapping each other, just to get the depth of it, and you can tell it is visually stunning. I enjoyed the plot. It's not anything crazy. I explained a little bit of it, but you're gonna watch it. It is a Disney and Pixar movie, and it gets really sad. I got a little weepy watching this movie but like I said, you were teasing me a bit, but no, not knowing Latin culture, this is already the second highest grossing film it's the highest grossing film in pesos. It's the second highest grossing, I think, only to the Avengers in Mexico.
Wow.
So, and it hasn't even been out 2 full weeks yet.
No.
So clearly there's an audience for this, and I think that's why one of the things about the Frozen short that made me so like bitter,
because it didn't need it.
No, it didn't need it at all. It was, and that's why I like it, because you're getting some challenges to the form that Pixar has done, like WALL-E, like Up, like Inside Out. They're all kind of exploring different parts of American culture.
Yes.
And this is the first time Disney's really taken that hard right turn, and they're like, we're going to see what we can do with this. And it's breathtaking at points. Aside from being a slightly like paint by numbers plot, there's nothing else. The dialogue is good. It's charming. It's funny at points. It pulls on your heartstrings at points. And like it seems to be, and somebody else was commenting on this, I think it was one of the Screen Junkies, when you get 2 Pixar movies a year, one is fantastic and one's okay.
Cars 3.
Exactly, one's Cars 3. And the other one they referenced was Inside Out, which was fantastic.
And the Dinosaur.
Exactly. So
I know my Pixar.
You know your Pixar. But yeah, it's something to see.
All right, well, we've gone over pluses and minuses, so grade it.
This is an A. This movie is...
Something tells me it's going to be on our top 10 list, so we'll see it.
Yeah, especially if you go see it.
Playing on Sunday.
Yes. So go see Coco, especially in a theater, because this is something that, like...
You want to see the vibrant colors.
Yes, you want to see the vibrant colors, and it is good for all ages. Like, they handle... Like, there's absolutely nothing scary. You see skeleton humor, which they show you in the trailers, which is kind of fun. But not... See, that was scarier than any part
I got a bone to pick with you.
That's, like, scary animatronic. You're getting worse.
Well, when you say skeleton humor, that's what I can think of.
Okay.
Lend me a hand.
There are those jokes, but again, not as creepy. I'm getting some it. I'm getting a little bit of Pennywise from you now, too.
All right, so now let us know. Do you agree with Dan? Do you hate it? Love it? Coco?
I'm going to run away right now.
All right, well, Handsome Dan runs away. I am Clever Eric Muller. Please love, comment, share, and subscribe. As always, anchors away. Ramble on.
Ahoy, ahoy.
Hashtag save the ground. Save the ground.